It was Texas, it was Tennessee. It was what I had coming to me. Alrighty, welcome in, folks. This is the Texas to Tennessee podcast. To my left is Soul Gravy, and tonight we are very excited to have Zach Welch on joining us, and we're going to spend a little bit of time chatting with him. So, welcome in, Zach.
Hey, thanks for having me, fellas.
Our pleasure. Super excited to get to spend a little time with you, and maybe to get started, if you don't mind, maybe giving us a little bit of your background, just a little bit about your story.
Oh man, I grew up in Forney. Started playing music when I was about 16, 17 years old. Playing this open mic in downtown Forney called Once Again. And then started playing bars when I was 19, and haven't stopped. Just kept doing it, and yeah, that's pretty much. Now I'm here talking to you guys.
Awesome. Well, we appreciate it. One of the things we like to do is I like to try to quiz Soul Gravy on folks from your hometown. So the hometown was Forney, Texas. 15, 20 minutes from Tyler, I think. Or no, from Terrell. Sorry. Terrell.
Yeah.
So just a little bit to the east of DFW, I guess technically kind of in the DFW area now as it expands.
Yeah.
Yep. So here's a list of folks, famous folks from Forney. I'm gonna name them, and you have to tell me what they did. Soul, this is gonna be fun. First one is Yella Breezy.
How is that spelled?
Yella space B.
I'm guessing that is a R&B artist.
That is correct.
All right, cool.
Evan Gaddis.
Sounds like I don't know. I don't want to disrespect Evan.
Yeah, he's a catcher for the Astros.
Okay.
So he's
World
from Forney.
champion.
Yep. Josh Greer. Similar.
Yeah.
He's a baseball player.
Yeah, they had. What was another Greer that was for the Rangers back in the day?
Rusty.
Rusty Greer, right? Is he related?
I don't think so, but Josh, I think played for the Padres. Tex Irwin's an old time. I'm going to give you this one for free.
Okay.
He's a catcher from the Tigers back in the 40s, maybe.
I was just about to say that. So,
Darlene Cates. This is a little bit tougher one, but
Darlene Cates. Is this similar to another career path that we've had discussions with?
Yeah, we've had this type of So
a model.
No. Darlene was she was the mom on Who's Eating or What's Eating Gilbert Grape. So shout out to Darlene.
Okay.
Stormy Daniels.
I've heard her.
Familiar?
I've heard of her work before.
Okay, and then this one you should know, Armani Watts.
Yeah, isn't that a football player?
Yeah, he plays for the Chiefs.
Okay.
Yeah. So aside from Zach, those are some of the other famous folks from Forney. So shout out to Forney.
Well, now
Fun
I'm gonna have to
fact
do my
about
work.
Armani Watts: we were in high school at the same time. There's two high schools in Forney, and he went to North Forney. I went to South Forney. We've never met, but he was a really good football player. And at one of our pep rallies before we played North Forney, this dude that was like a rapper or whatever had a rap, and in the rap he said, "Hey Armani, where's Forney on your highlight tape?" And the whole school was like, "Oh shit!" And then fast forward 4 hours and the game started, and I'm pretty sure that's what got him into all of his colleges. That game right there, he just went out and started beating the hell out of people.
It's impressive. Well, it's amazing. We bring this up every time, and there's always some connection, which is kind of crazy. Like last time we brought up a couple folks, and
they went to his church.
Yeah, Dustin went to church with them, so it's wild. Anyway, so thanks for Zach. Thanks for letting us do that. it helps us figure out where everything is. So, this next question is the weirdest question I'll ask tonight. It's called the pie question.
Word.
And I'm going to give you a pie, and I want you to divide it up into 4 different sections. Or I'm going to divide it up into 4 different sections for you. So the first one is songwriting. The second piece is recording. The third piece is performing. And then the fourth piece of pie is running your business. So everything in the music business that you have to deal with on a daily basis. My question about that is, which of those areas do you think you naturally kind of gravitate towards?
I think I naturally graduate. Oh God, what was that word you just said?
Gravitate.
Gravitate, yeah.
Yeah, I was like graduate. No, that's not it.
Levitate.
Yeah, I leviosa mostly towards the performance side of things. I've always been a bit of an attention whore, even when I was a little kid. I even tried out for America's Got Talent to be a stand-up comic when I was in 4th grade.
Oh, that's wild.
It didn't go over well, but I tried it.
Good experience. Yeah.
But I want to gravitate towards the songwriting part of it. It's just writing songs is hard, but I love it. It's my favorite part of it.
Cool. What do you have a specific? It seems like everybody has a little bit different process when it comes to songwriting. Do you have a specific way that it comes to you?
Well, for a long time, for the first few years of me trying to write songs and everything, I just did dumb stuff and bad things happen, and then I wrote about it. Now I've gotten a little bit older, so now I have to learn how to be a songwriter again. So I haven't quite figured out my process. Sometimes I'll just have an idea and just sit with it until it becomes something.
Do you, when you do have one of those ideas, is it a lyrical idea, or is it more melodies, or what comes first?
9 times out of 10 for me, lyrics.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Any of those areas? I know you mentioned songwriting. Can you talk any about the business and kind of having your? I mean, I don't know what kind of support team you have, but anything in the business area that you feel like you're especially interested in, or just out of having to do it, you kind of get exposed to all of it?
Yeah, I me and Ethan Ethan started 301 Productions, and I was the first non-hip hop artist on 301 Productions, and we started doing all that. So me and him have kind of figured out some of the business together, but he's got the business mind for everything.
Right.
And I've been playing shows for 10 years. I don't know about large scale music business anything, but I'm very familiar with the going to venues and having to do all the actual on the ground in the field type stuff.
Sure.
Right.
But
Grassroots stuff.
yeah, but I can't hardly type out an email to save my life.
Well, neither can we. So you're
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Do you? How long have you been working with Ethan?
I think we started doing stuff in 2017.
Okay. And how did y'all get connected, or how did that kind of come about?
Well, we both grew up in Forney, and I was friends with his older brother, and we would play cards, and his family played cards. I played cards, so I was over at their house pretty constantly, having card games and everything. And then his brother went off to college. I did not, and his granddad was like, "Hey, now that his brother's gone, I need you to keep an eye on Ethan." And I was like, "All right, can do." So I started talking to Ethan more, and then he graduated and went to college. And then he called me and he was like, "Hey, man, are you still singing?" And I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "You want to record stuff?" was like, sure. He goes, yeah, I started making beats for SoundCloud rappers, and I came up with the name. It's 301 Productions. It's like, why 301 Productions? He goes, it's my apartment number. Cool. He goes, yeah, somebody got murdered here once. Like, what?
Oh, that's nuts.
Yeah. So, I mean, talk to him about it. Yeah. There's a whole forensic files episode on it.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
No, it's documented. But yeah, he
they
came
give
back into
street
Dallas.
cred to the production company right off the bat.
Yeah. Yeah. There's no way you guys are going to stiff us.
Yeah, it was. Well, you know, and Ethan, he just started learning how to record stuff. The first 15 recordings we did were with a Rock Band microphone from the Wii plugged into the mic, and he would hold it right here between my mouth and the guitar.
Right.
And so he was learning how to do stuff with his computer and whatnot, and both of us were trying to figure out how to book gigs other than these 3 bars. And then COVID hit, we didn't get to play any bars.
Right.
And so that was kind of why we put out a record in the first place. I never even thought about it. I had no interest in like the music business. You know, I like to go and play songs and drink beer and have a big time, you know, and then I couldn't do that for a little while, and I think my ego got hurt a little bit. I was like, man, nobody bought me a beer and told me I was good in like 8 months.
Right. That's wild. That still doesn't happen in my house, but yeah. Cool. Soul Gravy, your turn.
Okay. So if you go back and listen to a lot of Zach's stuff, you can kind of piece together what he's talking about just by his Spotify catalog. As far as I'm guessing some of those early recordings are things you were talking about before you started bringing in a band and before you started, figuring things out necessarily. So you have an album on there, 254 Days. And it had 2020 on it. Is that something that was done during?
Yeah, that 254 days was the amount of time that I was legally married.
Okay.
It was. Yeah, we did the math when we were putting it into DistroKid to put it out because we didn't have a name for the record. But yeah, we did that one. I wrote all those songs. Minus Damn Good Time and Family, but I wrote all those songs in like 2019. And
gotcha.
Because that was the downhill turn that was going on, and so when we were coming up with the record, we actually recorded it. We recorded that one in the house that I was living in at the time, which is. We started recording it in an apartment that I was living in where we did Damn Good Time and Family. And then when I moved into that house, we recorded the rest of it. So in the intro to the record, I talked about getting evicted from recording studios and whatnot. And that was me getting kicked out of my apartment and then my house by the chick that I was living with at the time.
So I do like that you do that. The beginning of the album, at least. Let's see, make sure I'm saying this right. I like how you do the intros on each album. Like that's pretty cool. Even if you're just BSing or whatever the case is, it's just something creative that that you're doing. I know like on Redux you intro the band. And then, like you said, in 254, that's a cool idea that you're doing there. Just because in a world of singles, and I know you'll be releasing singles, but you're releasing albums, too. And so it's old school. It would be the same as dropping a needle on an album and starting at the beginning and with a crazy intro and then some songs.
Well. If you notice on all the records, I try to make it 6 songs, an intro and an outro. and we've discussed making it 10 or 12 or whatever, but I'm fighting so hard to keep it at 8 because vinyl made a comeback, and I want 8 tracks to make a comeback, and I just think it'd be so funny to be ahead of the curve. And I've made jokes about that since we started doing it because when we did the first one, he was like, "Dude, you have more songs. We can do more songs." And I was like, "Yeah, but once the hipsters get a hold of 8 tracks, everybody else is gonna be like, man, those guys are fucking geniuses."
Yep.
We're gonna have to start the another program. We're gonna have to change earwax to
8 tracks.
I don't even know what it would be.
Yeah. No, that'd be cool. Just got to find something to play it on.
Right. Yeah, that makes it difficult. I had a teacher in high school that put an 8-track player in his Ford Focus.
You can see on the very top up there. You can't see it, but there's an 8-track player right there with right below my orange duck that was given to me from my Jeep, but it's too big to fit on the dash. So, anyway, but as far as I was going to ask, when you started playing music, I'm sure were you doing the cover band world exclusively, or were you writing songs from the get go?
I was mostly doing covers. I wouldn't go as far as I was in a band. I played with a band a couple of times. Not even as like the lead singer. I was just a rhythm guitar player, which is crazy because I'm not very good at guitar. But it was the Once Again band, that open mic that I would play at. The guy who owned that place, Dennis, great guy, God rest his soul. But he would book like Christmas parties for little companies and stuff like that. And when I started playing, he was like, "Man, I got this like teenage redneck kid who come and sing the hell out of a country song for you." And so I played a couple Mexican restaurants and Christmas parties with the band.
Right. So when you started doing stuff on your own, that was still covers, and then try to sneak in some original songs.
Yeah, it was because I would do like 3 hours or whatever, and it'd be all covers, and I'd only written maybe Damn Good Time at the start. So I would do a whole lot of Tyler Childers at the time, and then I'd do like old country stuff.
When did the writing start to really? You decided you wanted to try that more.
I was probably 20 when I started trying to write songs, when I realized that I was like, this is cool.
Gotcha.
And then I was probably 22, 23 when I was like, okay, yeah, no, this is how you do that. And then just started doing it all the time and writing my stuff, trying to help other people write stuff. I had a notebook full of stuff.
Co-writes. What about co-writes?
I have 0 co-writes on other people's stuff. I have 3 of my songs were co-written.
I got
Too Drunk to Try. Chris Cunningham wrote a bunch of that and then sent it to me, and I changed some stuff and then finished it. Pray for Rain, or Pray It Rains, whatever I called it on the record. Kate Anson wrote that song for me, and I switched some stuff around. And then Parking Lot Poet, Ethan Whitaker wrote that song. He said he wrote it about me because I made a joke about hiding in a porta potty for 8 hours at work.
Not the current employer.
Just former employer.
Even if it was, it's not the current one that he works for now. So, all right. So, tell me about. We talked about it a little bit before you came on. Can't Sing Like George Jones.
Well, that one, I wrote it because I was doing George Jones covers, and And like some people really dug it because they're like, you do it a different way. And I was like, well, yes, I do. Thank you. I'm totally doing that on purpose. And and then somebody told me I couldn't sing like George Jones, and I said, yeah, no shit, nobody can.
Right.
I don't know if you noticed the name of the song, but
And then fast forward, I was like, I had the idea to write that song because I wanted something that could be like kind of upbeat and kind of honky tonkish, and I had all these musicians that I loved and all these songs that I loved, and I thought that they were real cool, so I wrote a song about it, and just every line in there is a bit about a song that I like.
So I was thinking about when we were talking about that, and you were talking about the 254 days that I should play part of the original, the acoustic track that you put out, or the album that you put out, and then play the other one, or play the band version. So
Yeah.
um, so let's do that. And when we come back, Talbot, you take the.
sounds good. I'll mute my mic.
Well, I never shot no one in Waco, Texas. Never popped pills in Tennessee. I never seen the walls of a Folsom prison, and I ain't played the Grand Ole Opry.
All right, so you get the idea on that version, and so how many years later? It was 2 years later, basically, that you released the full band version of that.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah.
All right, so here we go. Where was this recorded and all of that? You want to kind of
That
talk
was at
about that album?
that was at Crystal Clear Studios in Dallas, Texas.
So here's the updated full band version.
I never shot no one in Waco, Texas. Never popped the pills in Tennessee. And I never seen the walls of Folsom prison. I ain't played the Grand Ole Opry. 'Cause I ain't as cool as Waylon Jennings. I can't ride
Yeah. I imagine that kind of knocks down some walls from the very beginning, as far as just just go ahead and get this out of the way that I can't sing like George Jones.
Oh yeah, yeah. I damn near every show I've played since putting that out, it's one of the first two songs, first three, and I tell them every time, just like, just so we're all on the same page, nobody gets their expectations too high, nobody gets their feelings hurt, and then I do it, and man, a lot of times it loosens people up to you a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
I still play a lot of, I still do a lot of acoustic gigs. You know, I love doing that because when you go and play a full band set, and I love playing a full band set, and I love going with the band. I love those dudes. We have a hoot, but you're usually playing hour and a half tops, and you're there. You do your stuff. You
Right.
got an agenda.
Hmm.
Give me a 3 hour acoustic gig and I'm just there, you know, and we're gonna either be friends or not friends at the end of the evening. There will be no middle ground here.
Right. Well, there's so many more moving parts in a full band show too. I mean, just from a stress level of stuff that can go wrong, that will go wrong, kind of deal.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, if I turned around in the middle of a show with the band, it was like, hey, I heard this Fred Eaglesmith song on the way over
Right.
here. One, two, three.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That is the cool thing about the acoustic gigs. It is a lot looser, and you can kind of you if you feel comfortable enough, you can wing a song, and when it's requested or just because you thought of it, it's on you. It's not.
Right.
If you fall on your face, it's you. It's not, you're not bringing anybody else down with you. So
Yeah, if I screw up or if I suck, if I have a bad day and I get booed or people walk out, you know, it's not fun. It doesn't feel good, but like that's fine. I'll get over
Right.
it. If I got the band up there and people start walking out, I'm like, what? Oh no, God, I'm so sorry that I did this to y'all.
right. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a little extra weight. Um, I, I know, Jack, you talked a little bit about some things that you have coming up over the next year or whatnot. Can you tell us a little bit about some of your plans?
Well, we got one record that's recorded and we got to do some finishing touches, but for all intents and purposes, it's done. Uh, one of the one of the touches is I have to name it. Haven't gotten around to that. Cover art, all that stuff, logistics, you know, minor details. But we're gonna put that out hopefully pretty soon into 25, and then I I took a page out of my buddy Peyton Matusa's book and started planning records way ahead of time. So I have 3 records that I'm planning right now.
Okay.
Nice.
I actually have a bunch of records, but we'll stay with the 3 for now. But I have we'll go 4. I have this one, and then I'm gonna do a country record, like a full blown country and western record, called Solid Country Pyrite, and I'm stoked for that one. That one's been a lot of fun to write for. And in between those two, I'm gonna put out an acoustic EP called A Quick Update from an Old Friend.
Okay.
Cool.
And then eventually, I want to do just a kind of a cover record, but like of all my buddies.
Okay.
I was gonna
Yeah.
call it songs my friend wrote, but Corb Lund beat me to it.
Yeah.
The bastard.
Well, we can come up with another word for friend. Songs
Yeah.
my amigos wrote.
Yeah,
Right.
I was gonna call it "By the Homies for the Homies."
There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah, that works. Nice.
Yeah.
One thing I was curious about, in terms of how do you go about kind of managing your social media? Because I know that can be an for some folks can be a little bit of an overwhelming task because you have all these different platforms and messages that you want to try to get across to everybody. Just curious, how do you have a structure to that? Or
I guess the short answer would be I do it poorly. I, I just everything on all of my social medias is just my stream of consciousness. And every once in a while, I'll remember that I have a show, and I'll be like, "Hey, y'all, come see me at the show, man." But and then I'll just get on Twitter, X, or whatever, and I'll send out a X that says
Yeah.
Beast Burger.
Right.
Like it just and
Well,
and I always get significantly more engagement when I say something about a beast burger than I ever do about a show.
right. Well, it is authentic, because there's a lot of, and I'm not necessarily calling anybody out, but there's a lot of stuff that you see on social media from musical acts and whatnot that you go, okay, that's kind of cool, but maybe don't feel like as a viewer or a fan, I don't necessarily feel like I'm any more connected to you, but maybe I'm informed. I think there's something to be said being authentic, and whatever your authentic thing looks like, it's there for everybody to kind of get to know you a little bit, and yeah, for what it's worth.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people, and I'm not here to yuck anybody's yum whatsoever. But like a lot of cats in the scene, in the music business, whatever, and in the circle that we run around in, um, they treat it like it's business, and more power to her. Like, get after it, because it is a business, but they don't seem to be having fun a lot of the time. And I said a long time ago, and I meant it, and I still mean it. The day I quit having fun is the day I'm done with this shit,
Right.
without any hesitation.
Well,
Yeah.
because you're in a position where you work for a living, outside of music as well, right?
Yeah, I already
Right.
have one job that sucks. I don't need a second one. Like,
It's a great perspective.
Well, yeah. Well, definitely. I mean, that's true, 100%. And you seem like when you were talking about playing music with your band, that that's something else, that another part of it that you really enjoy. Sometimes that can be stressful and take the joy out of playing and the
mhm.
personalities you're around. But if you enjoy those folks, that's like a team.
Yeah,
That
those dudes,
that
those dudes
that's
are
your
my best friends, man. Those are my brothers. Those are
yeah.
those are the boys, the Rye boys to be exact. They're some of my favorite people. Hell, I'm the third best songwriter in my band,
That's cool.
Yeah,
and the
that's a
fourth
good
best
problem to
guitar
have.
player. Like these cats are great.
Even the drummer's better than I am.
Yeah, I mean that dude. Yeah, like I'm I'm gonna start adding more co-writes and whatnot to my stuff, just because the opportunities are endless. I have, like, really two of my, I don't know, top five living songwriters are just in my band,
I got you.
and
So,
so
who
it's
are the
just
other
like
three?
they'll let's see, give me Peyton Matus.
All right.
Let's see here. Give me Patterson Hood.
All right.
And
Okay.
which direction do I want to go here? Hell with it. Give me Rhett Miller.
All right. Old 97s. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Dallas ass answer to have.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
They were the first band that I saw after the pandemic. So
Oh
they
yeah.
went and played a show down in the Colony, which is not too far from where I live, north, kind of North Dallas area.
Oh yeah. I'm familiar.
Yeah, and man, it was awesome. I hadn't seen live music for I don't know however long the pandemic had been going on for, and
Was
it
it at
felt
that Grandscape and Joshua
yeah,
Ray Walker and
yep,
40 Acre Mule? Yep, I was there.
yep. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, how about that?
That's a
If
small
I'd have
world.
known, yeah, I would have come and said hi, but I would have done it from 6 feet away. But still,
Right,
it was super
naturally, yeah.
cool.
Responsible.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, but yeah, good pick there.
I can't remember
Um,
what my first concert was
maybe
after
that'll
that.
be.
I remember what the one was right before the world shut down, and that was Cody Canada
Oh, all right.
and The Departed. Sorry, guys.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. That's
Don't
cool.
mean to leave out The Departed.
Dude, The Departed, those poor guys, I just want to hug them all because they announced their ragweed reunion and
I
everybody's just
know.
like, The Departed can eat shit. And I was like, dude, they are so good.
Yeah,
They've
they're
been
better.
good.
I mean, honestly, they're better
Like,
because
I
they've been
had,
doing it for.
Well, they are ragweed. Besides,
Yeah,
the drummer is the only one
right.
that's not.
I
I mean,
know. They,
Jeremy's
Steve,
like, I'm not
right.
departed anything. I've been here. Hello,
yeah,
guys.
Back
I got
here.
buddies
I'm
that
a
are like
bass
so
player, but
excited to go to Oklahoma, spend hundreds of dollars to go see ragweed, and I get it. And Troubadours are gonna be there. Like it'll be a hell of
Yeah,
a show. Make
for
no
sure.
mistake
yeah.
about it. I saw Turnpike Troubadours pre-hiatus at the Rustic in Dallas for $12,
Yeah,
and it was awesome. There was maybe 150 people there,
best shows.
max.
Yeah.
And then I've seen the Departed. Who knows how many times? And you
Right.
know what songs they did? All
All
the
ragweed.
ragweed
Ragweed
songs.
songs. Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Even
and it was great.
even sometimes they would even do Carney Man, and they had to do Boys from Oklahoma
Oh
because
yeah, got to.
they didn't want to. You could tell he didn't want
right.
to, but
Yeah.
they're going to anyway.
Yep. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. It is wild. Well, I'm happy. I'm happy for
Yep.
them.
They deserve the payday and the
Yeah.
Yeah, dude,
attention.
make your
Absolutely.
money. Yeah.
Yeah.
They deserve it, but
No
also
question. It is kind of
yeah,
wild. The
yeah,
whole
it is crazy.
concept.
Yeah.
I actually have, I think just one more question, and then can I go ahead and go into the rapid
Yeah.
fire? Okay,
Yep.
cool. I'm curious. Do you have Zach? Do you have anybody that you would within the music business that you would kind of consider to be like a mentor or somebody who's kind of maybe been down the road a little bit further that you look to for advice?
Yeah, I got a few of them, man. I have. I mean, really, my guitar player and my bass player, they've been playing for a long time. Uh, Hell, even my old guitar player and old bass player, they've been doing it forever. And I mean, just a bunch of the guys, like there's so many, and none of them knows everything. So I'm not fully under one wing. It's just a flock
Sure.
of wings above me at all times. And it's cool because I mean I've had that since I started playing, and none of these people were ever, you know, billionaire, 500 million monthly listener dudes or anything, but they're dudes
Sure.
that were in the bars and on the road and doing stuff and seeing the good and the bad and the ugly of it all. And so I've been sitting under the learning tree my whole adult life. Now it's cool because I meet a bunch of real youngins and I get to be the old timer.
Right. Well, I think it is important to have those people to help you navigate just unfamiliar situations, and having somebody that you can go to, like, hey, how do you handle this and whatnot. So, any common misconceptions or I guess any commonly accepted industry beliefs that you don't necessarily agree with?
Probably, there's a lot of stuff that I see that I don't really that I don't get. It's not so much that I don't agree with it. I just don't understand it. Like people playing shows with people that they don't like
Mm.
in any capacity, and they're like it's a necessary evil, yada yada yada. And you know what? They might be doing better than I am as far as music business goes. But
So I assume they're doing that for an exposure type thing, or is
yeah,
it?
they're trying to get some exposure, maybe a payday, whatever.
Gotcha.
But
which is all understandable, but it just
yeah,
depends on
no,
how you're looking at it.
yeah, I'm somebody who's nice will eventually want me to come play with them,
Sure.
so I can take that weekend off.
Right.
I
That goes back to the having fun part, I think.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think that I don't think that the music business is easy by any means.
Sure.
I don't think it's near as hard as a lot of people like to make it out to be. It's 90% luck based. Because I mean, the best songwriters, the best guitar players, the best singers, and everything are people we'll never even hear about because they
Yeah.
just didn't happen.
Right.
There's probably a dude playing at some shithole daiquiri bar up the street from me who picks guitar like a 1800 blues dude. like
And
Right.
things like George Jones.
yeah,
Yeah.
he sings like George Jones, and he picks like one of the black dudes that Elvis took music from, and he's just playing at the daiquiri bar, and we'll never hear about him because he's unlucky.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. It
but
makes
I don't
sense.
know because I'm not deeply rooted in the music business. I'm just deeply rooted in the music.
Yeah.
And the hanging out.
Yeah. Good for you. All right. Well, we're gonna go over to some rapid fire questions, and then Soul Gravy's got I think a strong finisher for you.
Two now. We're
Two,
two. I got to
all right.
remember the other one.
Yep. All right. So, desert island album. You end up on a desert island. You can take one album with you. What are you taking?
John Prine, self-titled.
Okay, John
Okay.
Prine. There you go. Dinner with one historical figure. Who would you have dinner with?
Ooh. I kind of want to say Anthony Bourdain just because I know that'd be a good dinner.
It would be.
Yeah, we'll go.
I never
we'll go
thought about
Bourdain.
it from that angle.
That'd be good supper, man.
Yeah.
I'm actually rethinking my answer now.
Actually, no, I take that back. Chris Christopherson.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I had to think about it for a
Well,
second.
he would have probably kind of a badass chef, so you're still good there.
Yeah, Anthony Bourdain might be a chef.
Yeah, there you go.
Exactly.
What does an ideal green room look like for you?
Give me enough room to move around. Don't need too much. Enough sitting for the boys.
Everybody's got a
And
spot.
just slide us a cooler.
Yeah.
Depending on what time load in is. Some of these people are out of their minds. Some of them are like, yeah, we got to load in at 10 a.m. for the 10 p.m. show. If you're doing all that noise, better have a TV in there or something.
Right.
Or unlock the pool table, you cowards. Just sitting in the parking lot. You can only smoke so many cigarettes before you're just like, all right, now what?
It's fair.
Yeah.
But yeah,
All right.
just a nice spot.
That's cool. Pretty low maintenance. First concert, and then first concert that you paid for.
My first concert was I'm gonna say my first concert was the George Strait Cowboy Rides Away tour.
Bingo.
But that's not necessarily true because it was Casey Donahue playing at some hometown thing, but I can't remember what town it was in.
Okay.
That's okay.
First concert I paid for was probably Casey Donahue at Silver Saloon. That'd be my guess. There was a couple years there where I saw Casey Donahue. It felt like every weekend.
Yeah.
Dude was really
He
making
played
the
Silver
DFW
Saloon a
rounds.
lot.
Yeah.
Funny enough, so you'll appreciate this, but Mike, who we just had on, Mike Ryan, he
Right.
was with Casey this weekend in Vegas. They
Okay.
were hanging out or whatever. So that's a little tie-in. And then
I was just gonna say that I haven't seen Casey Donahue live. I'm just saying I don't. I would be curious if he's ever played in Memphis.
I don't know, but Casey's
mean,
played a
people did
lot in
sneak.
Texas.
People snuck through a lot back in the day. Then I
He
didn't
might
know.
have.
So
Yeah.
there's really no telling.
Yep.
So, what part of the world are you in?
I'm in Memphis.
You're in
Well,
Memphis.
I'm in the middle of nowhere, but
You're in
Memphis is the
Memphis,
closest
like
place.
I'm in Dallas. I got you.
Yeah.
I can dig it.
Yep.
All right, a couple more. What is on your like immediate bucket list venue, and then what's a long-term bucket list venue that you would like to play?
Man, I would love to do. I would love to do Green Hall, even if it was like a Sunday afternoon
Yeah.
type deal. You know, like just whatever. I'd love to play there. And I think it's possible. My buddies Lucas Jagno and the Roadshow, they've played there a few times.
Yeah, for sure.
And now, granted, they're a kick-ass country and western band, and
They're great.
and I'm kind of towing the line between like bad country and cool punk rock. So there's no telling. Maybe when I put out that country record, though, I'll get in there.
Right.
Yeah, that'd be a gateway. There you go.
Long term, who doesn't want to play Red Rocks?
Yeah,
I'd love
Red
to play
Rocks
the
would be great.
Opry. I think, yeah, I'm changing it. It's the Opry
Okay.
because I want to do a Butthole Surfer song at the Opry.
Ooh, that'd be
Do
bold.
Pepper at the Opry.
I was gonna do Who Was in My Room Last Night.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd like to be there to see the reaction for that.
They're getting
All right.
a little looser than they used to be. They
Yeah.
might not faint these days.
Yeah, that's for sure. All right, last question I have for you is tribute bands, yay or nay?
Okay, we're in the middle here. Yay, if the band that you're tributing is
Okay.
not touring.
Yes.
Damn it. But most of the time, nay, because I'm tired of seeing the Turnpike Troubadours or whatever the hell they're called. Pisses me off.
Yeah, it was cool when they weren't playing or when Turnpike was on hiatus.
Yeah, when they were on hiatus, I was like,
Yeah.
this is fine. The Kiss cover bands that have bits are awesome. Like Mini Kiss. That's cool.
This is the best question I ask all night.
A little kiss.
Oh, Little Kiss, yeah.
I saw Blonde Sabbath one time. That was cool.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It sucked though because they didn't suck. They were great. It sucked for me because I showed up late to the concert and they were doing Dio Sabbath and I'm an Aussie guy, and so I was like, oh, it's kind of whatever. Waiting for the Typo Negative cover band to come up now. So,
Nice. All right.
Okay. All right. So a new one that I'm curious of how you're the guinea pig on this question here, Zach. So,
Good deal.
because we interview people from all over the place. So, how do you say pecan?
Pecan, just like that.
Okay. Well, see,
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna have to make a sheet and get them because if I'm thinking that if I say it one way, then they may just repeat it back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I gotta get a sign and yes.
I say pecan. I don't even know what's right.
Me neither.
Could
You
we get
know-
it to type across the screen? Like, how do you say this word and then have it show up?
I don't know.
That'd be cool.
We'll figure that out. We got work to do.
We do.
I think pecans is the worst way to say it.
I don't know which one is right. I thought pecan was, but who the hell? I don't know.
Pecan might be right. It just doesn't sound good. I don't like it. It's not cool.
I think it's definitely regional.
Yeah.
That's the point
Yeah.
of the question. All right, so the main important question, Zach, is this started as a joke on episode 1, and now it is a requirement because the world wants to know what is your favorite Little Debbie snack?
Man, give me the cosmic brownie.
Well
Even
done.
though the second one tastes like plastic. The first one is amazing. The second one might be made out of a sheepskin condom.
How do you
I
know
don't
which one is the first one and which one is the second one if it gets turned around in the?
No, it's just the order you eat it in. You can only
Oh,
have
okay.
one a week. If
Your
you eat
taste
a second
buds
one in
get-
a week,
Okay.
They're
it's
like,
Gotcha.
chemically-
this might not be a great idea. Just eat the one.
Yeah, just do one.
Yeah.
All right. All right, Zach. So if you don't follow Zach on the socials, make sure you do. Go follow on Instagram and TikTok and everything. If you and make sure wherever you stream your music that you hit that follow button. If he asks you to, if he starts releasing singles up in the near future in 2025, he asks you to pre-save something or whatever. Just it doesn't cost anything. Just go pre-save. It helps with the algorithm that we all despise, but it helps everyone involved. The follows and all of that stuff. I mean, Zach doesn't want to deal with the business side of it, but it's a sales tool to have those numbers
It helps a lot.
yes.
It really does.
All
Helps
of the
with booking,
socials and
helps
all of
with
the
it.
even the streaming side, the followers on that side help tremendously with getting gigs and things like that. So a lot of people don't think about that. They just listen to the song, they don't hit the follow, but it really does help independent guys. So make sure you do that. And yeah, we'll be looking forward to the new music coming out in 2025.
Well, hopefully we can chat about it after we get it out. Y'all can tell me if I'm good or if I need to go back to the drawing board.
Wow.
We don't know
Absolutely.
anything about anything, but we'll talk about
No.
it with you and listen with you.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, we appreciate it, Zach. Thanks so much for your time.
Hey, thanks
thank
for
y'all.
having me, fellas. This is fun.
You
Easy
bet.
now.
I don't know, my mic fell. That's a good way to end.
Yeah, stick around for the after show, folks.
Exactly. we'll make we'll make sure that all this equipment still works. All right. Yeah.